We all know that we're not perfect, yet some of us feel worse about it than others. This is what we call insecurity, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get rid of your insecurities, or at least feel better about it than you did before. There is nothing worse than feeling bad about a particular aspect about yourself, and it's even worse when you feel bad about something that you can't change. Your height, your skin color, your voice, how much you weigh. These are all things that people are generally insecure about. But these are just the superficial insecurities. A lot of the times our insecurities are on a deeper level. What if nobody will ever love me? What if I'll never be good enough for my job? What if I'll always feel like an outsider? A lot of people think that they're the only ones with their particular insecurity. Well, I'd like to reassure you, my friend, whatever it is that you're insecure about, there are literally millions of people out there who feel the same way. I want you to remember this. The more personal it is, the more universal it is. If you're insecure about the fact that your voice is too high-pitched, believe me, there is another person out there who feels the same way. But you know what? There's also another person who has the same insecurity and is completely crushing it in life. And I hope by the end of this video, you're going to be on the path to do just that. So the number one thing that will help you get rid of your insecurity is keeping things in perspective. I know, this is very cliched, but I want to really hammer this in your mind. If you're insecure about your height, well, there is someone who lost a leg and will never be able to walk again. If you're insecure about missing a leg, well, at least you have enough money to take care of the medical bills and have a loving family. If you're insecure about not having enough money, at least you aren't on the street begging for spare change to feed yourself. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, it can always be worse. A good habit to have is to just be grateful. Every morning I write in my journal about the things that I'm grateful for. This practice always reminds me of the fact that no matter how bad something is, I still have things going for me. I'm going to share something with you guys. I used to be insecure about my voice. Before hitting puberty and growing up, I had a very high-pitched voice that I used to hate. People would even make fun of my voice, and sometimes I preferred to just not speak up. But as I grew older, my voice got a little bit deeper, and more than that, I learned how to project my voice. Now I don't have some deep masculine baritone right now, but at least I have it at a place that I like. And this brings me to my next point. When I realized that I was going to have to basically live with the voice that I was given with, I realized that I had to figure out a way to maximize the impact I had with my words. I learned how to articulate myself better. I learned how to enunciate properly. I watched great public speakers and learned everything I could from them. The point is, a lot of times you don't have to be paralyzed by your insecurity. Obviously, you should accept it, but you should also work to improve whatever it is that paralyzes you. If you're insecure about your voice, learn to speak from a professional coach and take vocal lessons. If you're overweight and you're insecure about that, then you better start following a better diet and start exercising. Do not complain about your insecurity to anyone. Work on fixing it and then show people that you're stronger for it. Now, even if you do all of those things, there are some things that you just cannot fix. You cannot get taller after a certain age. You cannot change where you were born. You cannot get better looking than your genetics allow. So the only productive thing left to do is to use it as your fuel. Tony Robbins was teased about his stature when he was in high school because he was short. Now look at where he is, one of the most renowned public speakers in the world who has changed countless lives. Now, even though he grew a lot taller because of a certain brain tumor that he had, he was still able to use those childhood insecurities to connect with other people and then help them to fix their lives. The entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk talked about this in his vlog as well. He was relentlessly bullied when he was a kid, and look at where he is now. The point is, most successful people learn to channelize their insecurities, and if you learn to do that, then sooner or later you're going to be glad that you were born with a disadvantage, because it only made you that much stronger. Most people use their insecurities as an excuse to not do something. They box themselves into their comfortable little fairy tales where them being not good enough is an excuse to stay indoors. Realize this, most people are actually not as bad as you might think. If you go out there and try different things, you'll realize that most people don't make fun of your voice or your acne or whatever. Most people will just be nice to you, or they'll just be indifferent. More than that, you will realize that a lot of times your insecurities are just in your head. When you get out of your comfort zone, you also become a lot more confident, and you begin to appreciate all the other qualities that you do have. And the last thing I'd urge you to do is to do good for others. This might not seem very obvious, but doing good for others actually makes you feel better about yourself and raises your self-esteem. Once you start helping others who are less fortunate, you will realize how fortunate you really are. The fact that you're balding doesn't really matter. Life is about more than your insecurities. It's about how you overcome them. Here's the golden formula. Change what you can and accept what you can't. At the end of the day, that's how you overcome your insecurities. Thank you for watching this video. Like this video if you liked it and leave a comment telling me your thoughts about insecurities. I read and reply to every single one of them. And don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.